Yo, how's it going, guys? Hope you're doing well today, and welcome back to another video. Um, this video I actually literally just recorded like 10 minutes ago, but I had no audio, so rest in peace to that video. I'm just recording it again right now. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. In this video, I'm gonna be doing a Warsaw comparison, and I'm gonna be comparing two Warsaws right here. I'm gonna be comparing the Warsaw of Wrath and the Warsaw of Crit. Now there is a reason I'm doing these specific two Warsaws because these are the only two Warsaws in the game right now. Well, there is a third one, but the third one is a VIP 15 Warsaw, so I'm not gonna get into that one at all. But these are the only two obtainable Warsaws that have something to do with crit chance. That's what I'm gonna go over. I do think, in my opinion, that these two War Souls are the best damage War Souls you can probably get. Now, don't get me wrong, this War Soul is super good, but it has nothing to do with crit chance. Same thing with the War Soul of the Eye. It's an amazing War Soul, but it has nothing to do with crit chance. Both of these are super amazing. I recommend using them, but I'm specifically going over these two right here. It's just because I simply want to go over the crit chances and the crit strengths, and how it works and basically all that stuff. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. Now, I do have most of these War Souls maxed out, actually. Let me just take it off Kenpachi real quick. And I'm going to be showcasing them on Aizen, just because Aizen is single target damage, so he'll be way more easier to showcase with these War Souls. Now, here are the two War Souls. Now, as you can see, War Soul of Wrath right here increases the attack by 1500, crit chance by 15%, and damage rate by 16.5%. And the Warsaw of Crit increased the attack by also 1500, crit chance by 20%, which is 5% more than this one, and crit strength by 20%. Now, the only difference between these two is the little crit chance change right here, 15 and 20%, and this one has damage rate instead of crit strength. Now, keep in mind, crit strength only activates if you are critting. If you don't hit a critical hit, crit strength will not activate. While on the other hand, damage rate is always on all the time. It doesn't matter what you're doing. If you use a normal attack, rage attack, mastery skill, the damage rate will always activate. And same thing with Warsaw of Crit. The crit strength will always activate as long as you're critting, but it will still activate in all three: normal attacks, mastery skills, and rage attacks. So there's so the damage on them should be quite a bit, different. Now, by looking at this, you would normally say, that Warsaw of Crit would do way more damage while you're critting, and this is what we're going to be testing today. We're going to see how much damage you're going to be doing critting with Warsaw of Crit, and how much damage you're going to be critting with Warsaw of Wrath right here. So let's just go ahead and get started. Now, the first one we're going to test right here is going to be Warsaw of Wrath, and I'm going to be linking it with Zangetsu's Warsaw, and the same thing goes to Warsaw of Crit. I'm going to be linking it with Zangetsu's Warsaw, and we're going to be testing it right here. Now we're going to test an extreme challenge. We're just going to see how much damage it does while critting, and how much damage it does while you are not critting. So let's go ahead and get started. And we're going to try it out on Unohana and nobody else, so the defense on the characters does not change. Now, there we go. Now we got 202,000 on a non-crit attack. Let me go ahead and write that down. On crit. Now let's just go ahead and restart and try to get a critical attack this time and see how much damage it does while you are, doing your critical attack right here. So let's hope we get a critical attack. So I can just save that number real quick. Okay, let me go ahead and restart it. But yeah, I'm going to be doing the same for Warsaw of Crit. I'm going to see how much damage it does while you are not critting, and how much damage it also does while you are critting. But right now we're doing grass, and I'm just hoping... Okay, there we go. We got a crit. So we did 305,000 damage. So let's go ahead and write that down. 305,000 damage, crit. Alright, so now let's go ahead and equip Warsaw of Crit and see how much damage that one actually does. If it's more or less, or how it works. Now, like I said, when you compare these two together... sorry, wrong one. Right off the bat, you'd expect this one to do way more damage while you're critting, which is what I'm hoping for right here. So let's go ahead and test it out. And I also want to mention one more thing. Both of these that I have right here actually have the attack specialty. So Aizen is getting a 25% boost from them. So it is fair. Both of them have the sword attribute. So both Aizen is getting 25% extra boost from both of them. But yeah, I did go ahead and equip the Warsaw of Crit, so let's go ahead and try it out. Like I said, I'm going to be doing Unohana. I don't want to do anybody else because they most likely have a different amount of defense from Unohana, so I don't want to mess up the numbers. But here's Warsaw of Crit. Let's go ahead and see if we can crit right here. Okay, yep, we got a crit right off the bat, and it did 310,000 damage right here. Now, right off the bat, this is way less than I expected it to be. I honestly expected it to be way more. But as you can see, we only did 5,000 more damage while we crit with Warsoul of Crit over Wrath. Now, let's go ahead and see how much damage we do while not critting. Please do not crit. Okay, it did a block. Let's just go ahead and hit a restart on it and see how much we can do while we are not critting. Come on, there we go. Right, please do not crit. Oh, are you serious? Come on, man. Like, I usually never crit. The one time I don't want it to crit, it just goes ahead and crits. I hate it when this type of stuff happens, man. It is so annoying. But let's go ahead. Please don't crit. Okay, block. Are you... Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Come on, bro. This is like our 5th run trying to get an on-crit. Don't crit. Do not crit. Okay, there we go. 176. Alright, let me go ahead and write that down. 176,000 non-crit. Okay. So let's go ahead and look at the numbers right here. Now, I'm not gonna put them on the screen since it's just really 4 numbers. Now let me go ahead and pull up the War Souls actually, so you guys know which one I'm talking about. Wrong person, Eisen, War Souls, Brass right here. Okay, so I'm gonna go over crit first. Okay, so with crit, it did 310,000 damage while critting, and it did 176,000 damage while not critting. Now for Raz, it did 305,000 damage while critting and 202,000 damage while non-critting. Now let's go over the critical damage first. This is honestly really disappointing because crit strength seems just really weak compared to damage rate. We only ended up doing 5,000 more damage with a crit with the War Soul of Crit, and I honestly expected it to be like at least 10 to 20,000 more, if not even more, just because the problem with crit strength is that it only activates while you're critting. So that's why I expect it to be, way more powerful than damage rate because it only activates when you do crit. When you don't crit, you're basically screwed because you're not getting any damage boost. And that's where the rest is a lot better than crit because damage rate activates no matter what. You don't have to crit for damage rate to activate. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I said, War Soul of Crit is still amazing. It's just this one is a little more convenient since, it activates more often. So with critical damage, War Soul of Crit did end up winning by only 5,000 damage. Now, non-crit damage, it gets a little more interesting because with War Soul of Crit, we only did 176,000 damage. But with War Soul of Wrath, we ended up doing, how much was it? 202,000 damage. So that is 4 plus 22. So we did 26 more thousand damage with War Soul of Wrath when we did not crit, which is massive. 26,000 damage is definitely a big difference, which is why I think overall War Soul of Wrath is better. And in my opinion, I think War Soul of Crit, well, not War Soul of Crit, crit strength needs to be boosted. The multiplier for it should be higher, just because it only activates, when you are critting. Now, War Soul of Crit does get an extra 5% chance to crit, which is massive, right? Crit chance doesn't come by very often, so 5%, chance, it's quite big. But it's not a lot bigger than 15%, so it's not going to change the fact that you're probably still not going to crit that much, Half of your attacks are probably going to be non-crit, probably even more than half, which is why War Soul of Wrath is overall better, just because damage rate will activate no matter what. And even, like, if you have a really high critical chance to crit, it still sucks because we literally only did 5,000 more damage with War Soul of Crit when I was expecting it to be way more. So in my opinion, now, I don't know what the actual multipliers are, but it seems damage rate has a really big multiplier, and crit strength has kind of a low multiplier since we only did a little more damage. So I definitely think, in my opinion, crit strength needs a little multiplier boost so it does more damage, just because it's a little more locked, you can only achieve it when you end up critting. So that's why overall, I think War Soul of Wrath just wins the battle. But like I said, War Soul of Crit is super good. It's just that War Soul of Wrath is a little more convenient since you don't have to crit. So basically, War Soul of Wrath on an AoE character is amazing. Because even if you don't crit, you're still going to get an insane damage boost from it. And same thing with War Soul of Crit. It's still good on on a AoE character because you're gonna have more chances to crit even more characters. But even if you crit, the damage increase you're getting from the critical damage is not super high. So that's why I think overall Ras wins. But yeah, I repeated myself a couple of times, so I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much it for this video. Now don't get me wrong, use both of them. If you have both of them, use both of them. But if you're only looking to use one and you have both of them, I just recommend Raz. But yeah, I mean that's it for this video. I'll maybe do more Warsaw comparisons in the future. Like a really good comparison would be armor and courage right here. I do need to level up my courage though, so I'll work on that and I'll do another Warsaw comparison. Why do I keep saying comparison in the future? But yeah, anyways, guys, this is it for this video. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy my content. Leave a comment for any questions, and please turn on notifications so you do not miss any future uploads. Anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye.